It's now time for NRG This Week. NRG stands for Network Referral Group. To learn more about NRG, go to their website, nrg.online. It's now time for another episode of NRG This Week.
Good afternoon. This is Mike Weiner. This is NRG This Week. I'm going to be doing a solo act. Leon Thomas is not here today. Leon and I go back a minute and a half, 25 and a half years next month. And NRG This Week, we've been doing this for a couple of years now. And if you haven't been to an NRG meeting, definitely reach out to me. My cell number is 443-756-9656. My email address is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. And the website, it's nrg.online. We had a new member join yesterday. He came through the website, and he came out to San Francisco and joined the group. So we are growing very rapidly. We've had 8 new members in the last 6 days. Things are going bonkers. We've got a lifetime membership that right now there's 3 of those folks. We may be picking up another lifetime member or 2. One may be coming aboard tomorrow. And the premise of NRG, we're all about networking based on law of attraction. Come to a meeting, get 3 referrals. Once you say, Mike, I'm in, I will blow your phone up with 30 referrals. So it's all done by text. If you are international, we signed up someone from Canada today, and I'm going to be doing his intros by LinkedIn. So definitely reach out to me. A lot of excitement going on, and I'm really excited about our guest today, Teresa out of Chicago. And why don't we bring Teresa out? Teresa's been with me probably a couple of months now, and she is very unique in that she does Pinterest. And I have never had anyone in 25 and a half years, that's 2.5 decades, do Pinterest. So, Teresa, how are you? I know we were just talking about the weather, and it's summertime, so thunderstorms are creeping up everywhere. How are you today in Chicago?
I am fantastic. Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you here too. And you know what? I am all over Facebook. I'm all over LinkedIn, done some stuff on Instagram. Pinterest, I really haven't done a lot with. You and I have been talking about it and potentially having my virtual assistant, Tanya, do some things this summer. But and everything I asked you, I would say take 2 minutes so that I can kind of dig into what you say and then expand on it. But 2 minutes, tell us about you and Pinterest. I know it's a social media platform, but give our viewers, and by the way, we're recording this. This is live. It'll be out there in the future. Could be on Mars in 20 years. We don't know. Could be networking out there, but take 2 minutes. Tell us about you and Pinterest.
Absolutely. With Pinterest, it's all about driving leads to you, to your brand, to your website. It is just about getting more eyeballs onto you and what you do. Pinterest is actually a search engine, and a lot of people don't realize that. They will automatically think, oh, I go to Pinterest to look up recipes or look up different design things. So, oh, I want to redo my bathroom or my bathroom shower or my living room, and they will go there. And I think I just got off a call with one of the newer NRG members not very long ago. And she said, well, I always think about it as hobbies and crafts. And most people do. But it is a search engine. And there are a tremendous number of monthly active users, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And they go on there, they're searching, they're using it just like they use Google. And they're very loyal to Pinterest as well. And they're actually shopping. They shop off of Pinterest. And there's just, for the amount of users that are there, there's just a very small number of businesses, which makes it a great platform to get on as a business owner.
So I had a question I was going to ask you, but you intrigued me. How many active users are there on Pinterest? Because I feel like NRG is the best kept networking organization in the world. Pinterest, and I've changed it. It's a search engine. I wrote that down. How many active users, Teresa, are on Pinterest right now?
The latest figure I've seen is 560 million active monthly users. That's over 500 million people each month going on Pinterest.
That's a hell of a lot of people.
Yes.
That is 500 million when you think about it. Do we have any idea how many, what percent, and you may or may not know, and it's fine, percent in the US versus international outside of the US? Do we have any idea?
I don't know the exact percentage, but the vast majority of users are based in the United States.
Okay, I kind of figured. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the backstory? I've never asked you this question. I'm always intrigued. I don't think you were 5 years old having cookies and milk with your mom and dad and said, I want to grow up and do Pinterest. So what is, I'm sure somehow you discovered it, but what's the backstory for you? Give us a couple of minutes on, I'm always intrigued with that. So what's the backstory for Teresa?
Sure. So this is relatively new for me. I've added it to my existing business. I'm been a longtime speaker coach, which again is all about visibility, getting eyeballs on you, right? And creating leads. And last year I had something sort of cross my desk that intrigued me, and it was learn how to do the do-it-yourself services. And I learned from somebody who is really well versed in Pinterest and doing quite well. So what was unique about her situation is she was doing so well that she needed to hire help, and she brought in a select number. There were only 10 of us that she taught, and we got to see the inside workings of how to do this, so that she created a hiring pool for her own business, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh.
So we had the option to either sign on to work with her or to go off our own way. And I chose to go off my own way because I felt like there was greater opportunity there.
So you do coaching, you help people understand Pinterest, how to make it applicable to their business. Can you give us one success story? You've been doing it a short time, but one success story you've had helping someone on Pinterest. It doesn't have to be, without mentioning their name, obviously, it can be percentage of growth or revenue or clients, but just kind of give us an example because so many people are not familiar with it that I find in NRG. So I'm always trying to connect them with you. Give us one success story there.
So I'm actually going to borrow a success story from the person who taught me, because it's pretty significant and I think it will impress you quite a bit. She had a client who they ended up putting the person's scheduling link out there as part of the post or the pin. We call them pins on Pinterest. And she had 2 back-to-back appointments in one day, and she was able to sell 2 programs back to back. And that was significant money for her. So if you could imagine, again, I don't want to give too many details because it's not necessarily my story, but it was when I was in her program and we were doing case studies. That, selling 2 of your programs, if you have a high ticket program, that could be pretty significant. If we're talking a 5-figure program, 2 of those, that could make your year.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love the story. Love the story. So we are sitting here talking with Teresa. My buddy Leon Thomas is not here today. He has got a amazing racquetballrevival.com. He works with all ages. I think from 8 to 60, maybe even higher than that. And they do racquetball coaching, they do career coaching. There's a lot of things that they do. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Racquetball Revival and just Leon and the Leon Thomas group. And, they've been great to NRG. They're actually one of our 3 lifetime members as well. And they just do a great job, not only for NRG This Week, but for other shows. I know they have a radio station that Teresa, they constantly run this program. So very cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Teresa, we're going to ask you about your experience with NRG. I know you've been here a short time. I remember the first time Jean Kuhn brought you to an NRG meeting, and I love Jean. She brought you to a meeting. You joined immediately. I blew your phone up. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Pinterest. I want to have you give some examples so people really understand the benefits of it. The interns here at the Leon Thomas Group do the commercials. We're going to take a look at those commercials, and we'll be right back after these messages.
At Rod's Car Repairs, we work on all cars, old cars, new cars, and your car. Car Repairs by Rod.io.
Baked by Brianna has been your Baltimore hometown bakery since 1969. Located in Roxton Plaza, Baked by Brianna. Visit bakedbybrianna.io.
From the creative team that brought you the Browning Project and Dead by Morning comes a new thriller that will change the way you look at white-collar crime forever. Falling from the Sky.
Water. It's everywhere. We drink it, we bathe with it, we cook with it. Coffee's made with water. Toilets won't flush without it. It's used for washing clothes, dishes, utensils, pots, pans, floors, and our teeth. Plants and crops need water, animals drink it, and fish need it too. And don't forget, we can have a lot of fun in the water. Water. What would we do without it?
I'm Leon Thomas with the Leon Thomas Group. Podcast, virtual events, webinars, streaming shows, and so much more. We want to be your partner in all things virtual.
NRG This Week, Mike Weiner here, along with Teresa from Chicago, talking a little Pinterest. So, Teresa, you came out a couple of months back. You see this wild and crazy guy, sound like Steve Martin. You come to a meeting, you see a lot of excitement. I remember the meeting, you came to a lot of energy. We talked afterwards, and you were like, sign me up. I'm ready to roll. So tell, a lot of people have been to networking organizations and not had a great experience, or they've never been, and they're like, I don't know if that would work. So take 2-3 minutes. See, I give you an extra minute for this one, right? Yes. Take 2 or 3 minutes and talk about what you saw, why you joined. I'm giving you a lot, and what excites you about NRG. You're one of those that I will say, hey, I got some visitors. Would you like to jump on? And you do when you can, and I appreciate that. But tell our viewers a little bit about what you saw, why you joined, and your thoughts on NRG.
Absolutely. Yeah, that first meeting I went to, well, first of all, there's just great energy in the room. That was the first thing. What I observed was that people were actually listening. They were actively listening to figure out ways they could help each other. And to me, that was sort of my deciding factor, because people weren't checking out or collecting virtual business cards of, well, who can I just talk to, or who can I just add to my list? They were actually thinking about, who can I connect, whoever was speaking, who do I know that I can connect them to, so that each person will benefit from that connection. And I have seen that repeatedly with every meeting I attend. And that's how networking is supposed to be. We're not showing up just to collect names and tick off a box of, well, I met this person. Well, big deal if you met them. It's, are you interacting with them? Are you thinking about that other person's business and how you can help them? And I see it over and over again. And that's what I enjoy about attending the meetings and having my one-on-ones. And I will say the people have been really genuine and wanting to help. And that, to me, that's the most important factor. And that's why I said, sign me up. Let's go. Let's do it.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's so, that when I talk to people after the meeting, authentic, genuine, caring, you know, engaged, committed, those are all the kind of words that come up. So no,
Mhm.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And there's a lot putting in networking. I was talking to someone the other day. I don't think people realize the amount of
Yeah.
blood, sweat, tears, energy to put these meetings together, to keep people involved. And I've got tons of folks that are not engaged that I'm planning on reaching out to. And hey, we miss you. We'd love to have you jump back in. So,
Yes.
and it's life. Things are fluid. People come, people go. Everyone's got their own reasons. A lot of times, if they would communicate a little bit more, I'm on my soapbox right here. If they communicate a little more, I can know how to help them out. You know what I'm saying, Teresa? So I'm all about servitude and helping. So, and
Well,
you've been a great member. I love your energy, and
thank
you're
you.
always smiling. And I love, sometimes I'll ask certain people to give a testimonial, and I love when you do your unsolicited one. And those are as strong, if not stronger, than the ones I pick on. The Bens and the Lauries, I
Mhm.
always pick on them. But when someone like you says, hey, this is really good, you need to strongly consider. So I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So
Absolutely.
thank you. We did this thing called pinball, Power Partners Industry Named Accounts. If someone's watching this and they're your ideal prospect, what would you say are three? I'm gonna give you some more questions in a minute, but what are your top 3 or 4 industries that you like to work with that you can help them using Pinterest?
So I have been focusing on the health and wellness industry, and that's really for my own benefit, to kind of uh, keep some kind of lane to stay in. And within that lane, I would say ideally somebody who is a functional medicine practitioner. That would be an ideal client for me. The other thing, or the other folks that I have been reaching out to, are chiropractors. I just spoke with someone who is a physical therapist, and potentially, I would say even somebody who is a massage therapist. Folks like that, that I can promote, whether you are doing things virtually or if you are doing things in your local community. Either way, those can be promoted on Pinterest. So there's some variety there within the health and wellness industry.
No, I love that. Functional medicine, it's one of those hot things right now. If I took 2025 and we're almost halfway through the year, the industries are popping out. Functional medicine, drones. We signed up a drone company in Maryland. I'm working on that for each state, and cybersecurity, because
Mhm.
there's so many issues with all of that. What is one industry that you don't have right now, a unique one, that if someone's watching, they should reach out to you? What's a unique industry that Teresa knows she could help them out with Pinterest?
So my dream would be to enroll some clients that are sports teams, and not the professional high level national ones, but the
Right.
ones that are in would you call them double A leagues? I think I should really
Major and
call them
minor league baseball.
minor league.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
minor league,
Yeah.
whether it's baseball, hockey. I'm a big hockey fan, so I would love for that to be hockey. Uh, the soccer, I know we're going to have the World Cup coming to the United States pretty soon, so that I think is just going to blow up
Right.
even more. So if there's local soccer clubs or soccer teams, and then I know something that's in the works is a cricket league. So if there are teams, there's actually going to be a cricket stadium built not very far from my home, and they're working on building a national league. So I would love to get in on the ground floor of that as well to help promote them on Pinterest and just bring more attention to them.
When you speak about hockey, have you met with Lisa Rodino in the PA group? Because she's
Yes.
really big into hockey. So yeah, I would
We
definitely
didn't
throw
talk
that in the mix.
hockey. We talked about what each other does, but we do have another
Right.
appointment scheduled.
Yeah, definitely ask her about hockey. She's huge in the hockey. All right, one more question for you. This is my favorite question. What have I not asked you that you'd like to take 2 minutes and kind of wrap up with? Is there any specific thing of Pinterest? Um, Ways to generate income on it? Is there a certain brand, you need to be on there consistently? Maybe a tip for people, maybe a teaser on what you can do for them. It can be any of those. I always like to ask that question because if there's something that you haven't, my guest hasn't talked about, it's a great opportunity to share that. So I'll give you the 2, 3 minutes and then we will wrap up. And, what have I not asked you? Or what's maybe a tip, um,
Okay.
that they
Yes.
could utilize? Yes.
So I am going to share a couple of reasons why Pinterest is the platform you should go to. First of all, it is a positive platform, so you don't hear the noise of everything else. They've worked really hard to keep it positive. Your pins or your posts are evergreen. That is huge. When you think about when you post on Facebook or Instagram, they last a minute, a matter of minutes, maybe an hour if you're lucky, meaning they would come back up if you searched. When you do a search on Pinterest, you can see posts or pins that are from 6 months ago, or there's a story that there's one out there from 14 years ago. I don't know about that. But the point is they're evergreen. They're always there as long as your account is active and the algorithm has learned your account. It will pull that up when you're searched, when your topic is searched. And I love that. I love that once we do it, it's out there. And one final piece, and I think this is another really important piece for people to realize when you are working on Pinterest. There is a bit of a learning curve. When we start your account, it takes 90 to 100 days for Pinterest to learn your account and the almighty algorithm to start pushing you up to the top. So we don't have the instant gratification, but once we are doing the work, it is a great platform and a great way to create community and to draw attention to you and your brand.
Awesome. Teresa, it's been great having you here. I've learned a lot more about Pinterest, just kind of asking you these amazing thought-provoking questions, right? Just messing with you. But now it's been great having you here. I appreciate you being here. And for folks out there that are interested in Pinterest, you definitely need to get a hold of Teresa if you want to reach out to me. All her information is coming up from our great producer, Jay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap us up here. Teresa, thank you for being on. I did not give you a lot of notice, about an hour, and I'm glad you were available. So I will see you shortly at an NRG meeting. And again, thank you for being here. Great, great message. And we will definitely see you very soon. So
Thank you.
I'm going to wrap us up right now. Mike Weiner, Network Referral Group. Usually Leon is here with me. My email is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. Cell number is 443-756-9656. The website, nrg.online. A lot of good stuff happening. Members coming in nationwide. We just had someone from Canada join today. If you are international and watching this, we have an international group Mondays at 11, but you can jump around from group to group. There's a ton of flexibility here. So I'm going to sign out. This is Mike Weiner, NRG This Week. We will see you next week. Make it a great week. Thank you very much.